At home, your everyday carry is simple. Phone, keys, wallet. But when you're traveling, the things you reach for every single day are completely different. Hey, Johannes from GearUpYourLife here, and today I'm sharing 12 everyday travel essentials that I pack on every trip in 2025. And make sure you stick around until the end, because I'll also show you 4 bonus gadgets that quietly make every travel day smoother. Our first everyday essential are the Bihn Ghost Whale Organizer pouches. And these are my favorite way to keep all the small items in a sling bag or day pack from turning into chaos. Cables, coins, AirPods, receipts, all those little things that usually sink to the bottom of your bag finally have their own spot. The pouches come in different sizes, they clip easily onto keyrings or bag loops, and the material is tough enough to survive years of daily use without wearing out. I've tested a lot of small organizers, but these are the ones I keep reaching for. It's such a simple upgrade, but it completely changes the way you handle your bag. Instead of digging around forever, you just pull out the pouch and everything's right there. Our second everyday essential is a refillable water bottle. And honestly, this is one of the simplest but most important things you can carry when traveling. Plastic bottles add up fast, both in cost and in waste. With a good reusable bottle, you stay hydrated, save money, and you're not constantly hunting for shops along the way. For me, there are a few solid picks. The Hydro Flask for insulation, the classic Nalgene for durability, or even a collapsible version if you really want to save space in your bag. They're all tough enough to handle the daily travel routine, and after a while you start wondering why you ever bothered buying single-use bottles. And of course, if you've got the space in your day pack, you can always go full trend mode and bring a giant Stanley Cup along with you. Our third everyday essential is a pair of foldable sunglasses, and the ones I've been using are from Round. Sunglasses might seem obvious, but when you're traveling, they do so much more than just keep the sun out of your eyes. They protect you on long walking days, they make driving safer, and honestly, they're one of those items that instantly change how comfortable you feel outdoors. What I love about the Round foldable pair is that they collapse down small enough to slip into a pocket or a tiny pouch in your sling bag. Regular sunglasses always felt bulky to carry around, but these are the kind you can forget about until you need them. And then they're just there. It's such a small detail, but foldable sunglasses turn something that's usually fragile and annoying to pack into a true everyday essential. Our next essential is an RFID travel wallet. And this is one of those small upgrades that makes travel way less stressful. Instead of loose cards and cash floating around in your pockets, everything is organized in one place. And the RFID protection adds an extra layer of security against card skimming in crowded airports or train stations. Like I mentioned in my last video, my personal favorite has always been the Bellroy travel wallet. It's sleek, minimal, and the leather quality feels premium. But I also know from many of you that the leather isn't for everyone. Some don't love the texture or just don't want to pay that much for a wallet. That's why my second pick is the Eagle Creek RFID wallet. It's usually under $50 on Amazon, super durable and more focused on practicality than luxury. Both do the exact same job. Keep your essentials safe and organized. It just depends if you want the premium feel of Bellroy or the more affordable reliability of Eagle Creek. Our next essential are noise-canceling headphones. And honestly, this is one of the biggest quality of life upgrades you can make for everyday travel. It's not just about airplanes. Think crowded trains, noisy cafes, busy streets. Travel is never quiet. With noise cancelling, you finally get control back. Music when you want it. Silence when you need it. If you want the premium experience, the Sony WH-1000X M5 or the Bose QC45 are still the gold standard. And actually, the Sonys are around $100 off right now on Amazon. They're still not cheap, but that's a really good deal if you've been waiting. For a more budget-friendly pick, the Anker Soundcore Q30 is surprisingly solid for under $100. And if you don't always want big headphones, I also recommend loop earplugs. The Experience Pro when you still need to hear voices, or the Quiet when you just want total silence. This is one of those essentials that doesn't just make the trip nicer, it actually makes you feel human again at the end of the day. Our next essential is a power bank, because no matter where you're traveling, running out of battery is the fastest way to ruin your day. I've tried plenty of cheap power banks in the past, and most of them either stopped holding charge after a few months or didn't even pass airport security because the specs weren't clear. That's why for me, Anker has become the only brand I trust. My personal favorite is the Anker Nano power bank. It's tiny enough to fit in your pocket, has a built-in cable so you're never searching for one, and still gives you a full phone charge on on the go. It's the kind of Amazon essential that doesn't look exciting at first, but the moment your phone hits 5% in a new city, you'll be glad you packed it. Our 7th essential is something you've probably been waiting for this whole time, a sling bag. For me, the Peak Design Sling has been one of the best travel companions for years. It's compact, stylish, and carries just enough without ever feeling heavy. Perfect for daily walks, city trips, or even as your personal item on flights. But here's the exciting part. I'll soon be testing the brand new Neo Smart UL2 Sling, which isn't even released yet. If it's anything like their previous bags, the UL1 and the Herman HL1, it could easily become a real contender. Both of those already prove Neo Smart knows how to design functional travel gear that doesn't just look good, but also performs. So for now, the Peak Design Sling is my go-to everyday bag, but I'm really curious if the UL2 will raise the bar even higher. So our next everyday essential works best for me in combination with the sling bag, the Nano Bag. I always keep one clipped to my sling bag, and it's saved me more times than I can count. You head out thinking you don't need to carry much, and suddenly you're picking up groceries, souvenirs, or just a jacket you took off, and instead of juggling everything in your hands, the Nano Bag is right there. It folds down smaller than a pack of gum, weighs almost nothing, but can hold a surprising amount without feeling flimsy. For me, it's the definition of an everyday essential. You don't notice it until you need it, and then it feels like magic that it's always there. Our next everyday essential are Fomin soap sheets. And these are one of those tiny gadgets that always punch way above their size. They look like little slips of paper, but the moment you add water, they turn into proper soap. I keep a pack in my sling bag, and they've saved me on trains, flights, and especially in public restrooms where soap just isn't an option. The best part is they're TSA friendly, take up no space, and you don't have to worry about leaky bottles in your bag. I've even used them on camping trips and quick hikes when I just wanted to freshen up without carrying extra liquids. It's one of those small Amazon finds that doesn't look like much at first, but the first time you actually need it, you'll be so glad it's there. Our 10th everyday essential is the Anker 3-in-1 charging cable. And this one hits on two of the biggest pain points in travel tech. First, you're constantly running out of battery and looking for a way to charge. Second, every device seems to need a different connector. USB-C, Lightning, micro USB. Without the right cable, you're stuck. I can't even count how many cheap cables I've grabbed over the years that frayed, bent, or just stopped working after a couple of months. That's why I stick with Anker. Their 3-in-1 cable is sturdy, reliable, and covers all the ports you actually need in one cord. It's not the flashiest piece of gear, but it's one of those everyday essentials that quietly saves you in the exact moment you need it most. Our 11th everyday essential is a microfiber travel towel. Now I know for some people it feels a little too big to count as an everyday item, but for me it's worth the space every single time. Unlike a regular cotton towel, this one dries fast, doesn't stay damp, and it packs down small enough that it never really gets in the way. I've used it on beach trips, as a backup shower towel in hostels, and even just to wipe down gear after a rainy day. It's not the most exciting piece of gear, but it's one of those things you appreciate the moment you actually need it. And make sure you stick around, because after our last essential, I've got 4 bonus gadgets that are small but surprisingly useful. Last but not least, our 12th everyday essential is a small first aid and health kit. And this is one of those things you don't think about until you actually need it. I always carry the basics. Electrolytes for when I'm dehydrated after a long hot day, a few plasters for cuts or blisters, some headache tablets for when the travel stress really kicks in, and something for the stomach because, let's be honest, not every meal on the road agrees with you. It doesn't take up much space, but the peace of mind is huge. Instead of running around a foreign city trying to find a pharmacy in the middle of the night, you've already got the essentials in your bag. It's not glamorous gear, but it's the kind of everyday travel essential that makes you feel prepared no matter where you are. And don't click away just yet, because after this I've still got 4 bonus gadgets that are small, practical, and surprisingly useful. But before we jump into the bonus gadgets, I want to invite you to something that's just as useful as anything on this list, my free community newsletter. When you sign up, you'll instantly get the Gear Vault bundle, a database of 75 plus tested travel gadgets, 8 complete packing guides, and 25 tip cards that make every single trip smoother. It's the perfect companion if you're building your own set of everyday travel essentials and want to stay one step ahead on the road. So with that said, let's dive into the 4 bonus gadgets I picked for you. Our first bonus gadget is a multi-pack of Carabiner clips. And they're one of those things you don't think about until you suddenly need one. Clipping a water bottle to your day pack, hanging shoes outside a hostel window, or just keeping gear together. Carabiners are the small travel hack that always pays off. I keep a few hooked to my sling bag and they've saved me more times than I can count. Bonus gadget number 2 is a collapsible coffee cup. For coffee lovers like me, this is such a simple upgrade. It folds flat into your bag, pops open when you need it, and means you don't have to waste a single-use cup every time you grab a drink. It's cheap, lightweight, and honestly one of those little everyday luxuries that make travel feel more relaxed. Bonus gadget number 3 is a travel cutlery set. My go-to is the Sea to Summit set with a spork and a spoon. It sounds basic, but it's perfect for street food, hostel kitchens, or even just a late night snack in your Airbnb. Takes up no space, costs just a few dollars, and saves you from eating noodles with your hands at 1 AM. And the last bonus gadget is a foldable rain jacket or poncho. My favorite option is the one from Outdoor Research because it's lightweight, packs tiny, and still keeps you dry when the weather turns. It's not the coolest looking item in your bag, but it's one of those things you're always grateful for when the sky suddenly opens up. Better safe than sorry. And this is the kind of everyday travel gear that can turn a soaking wet disaster into just another funny story from the road. So if you want even more everyday travel essentials, just click right here for the next video. And before I go, a huge thank you for helping this channel hit 4,000 subscribers. I'm honestly so grateful for all of you. And as a way to say thanks, I'm running a big giveaway. 6 products in total, with 3 going out through the newsletter and 3 right here on YouTube. So make sure you're subscribed and signed up because this one's for you.